Welcome back to WION World is On. You're watching Speed News with me, Vidut Kathuria. Let's get started. Cambodia says at least 6 Cambodian civilians were killed in the reignited border clashes with Thailand. The Thai army has said 1 soldier was killed and 18 others were wounded since the fresh fighting began. Both sides have blamed the other for instigating the renewed fighting, which saw Thailand launch airstrikes and use tanks against its neighbor on Monday. Cambodia's former Prime Minister Hun Sen has claimed that his country retaliated in ongoing border clashes with Thailand after 2 days of restraint. In a Facebook post, Hun Sen explained that Cambodia had waited for over 24 hours to respect a ceasefire and allow for evacuations. But he said Cambodia's forces then responded to attacks from Thailand, emphasizing the need to defend the country at all points of conflict. A Russian drone exploded near a residential building in Chernihiv, Ukraine, leaving 3 people wounded. This has been confirmed by local authorities. The attack also caused significant damage to a kindergarten, gas infrastructure and cars. Ukraine's Air Force stated that Russia launched 149 drones overnight, of which 131 were destroyed, while 16 successfully hit their targets. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced that his country will focus on strengthening the defense of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, or CSTO, as Russia prepares to take the rotating chair of the alliance. The CSTO includes Russia and several former Soviet Central Asian nations such as Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. Putin's comments came as the US intensified efforts for a Ukraine peace deal and global cooperation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is receiving strong support from European allies as the US pushes for a proposal to end the nearly 4-year war with Russia. Zelensky first met with the leaders of Britain, France, and Germany in London before heading to Brussels for talks with the EU and NATO. He emphasized that Ukraine cannot give up territory in any peace deal with Russia. Zelensky remains firm on Ukraine's territorial integrity. The meetings follow criticism of a US proposal, which European leaders have expressed concern over, especially its perceived favorability towards Russia. Croatia has confirmed the purchase of 18 French Caesar self-propelled howitzers to strengthen its artillery capabilities. The country also plans to modernize its fleet of 12 Rafale fighter jets with France's assistance. The announcement came during Croatian Prime Minister Andrej Plenković's visit to Paris, highlighting growing defense cooperation between the two nations. The Congolese president has accused Rwanda of violating its commitment to a US-brokered peace agreement just days after both countries signed a deal aimed at ending the conflict in eastern Congo. The agreement is also seen as a step toward opening up the region's valuable mineral reserves to US companies. While Rwanda has yet to respond, the Trump administration has said it is closely monitoring the situation. The peace deal was a key development in efforts to stabilize the region, rich in resources but plagued by ongoing tensions. Authorities in Ecuador report that 13 inmates have been found dead in a prison in the southwest in the port city of Machala. The bodies were discovered Sunday, and the state prison agency confirms autopsies are underway to determine the cause of death. This follows an explosion outside the facility, prompting police to investigate. The prison has seen repeated violence, with a deadly riot in November that left 31 inmates dead. President Daniel Noboa blames ongoing gang violence for the turmoil. New York City's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani has encouraged city residents to understand their rights when interacting with immigration authorities. Mamdani also urged people to protect your neighbors. He outlined legal protections when dealing with US immigration and customs enforcement and vowed to protect the city's foreign-born residents, especially amid the Trump administration's crackdown. Mamdani also emphasized that New Yorkers have the right to protest and promised to defend this right once he's inaugurated as mayor next month. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy made a statement at Reagan International Airport unveiling a new travel wellness initiative aimed at promoting healthier food, exercise options, and family-friendly amenities at airports on airlines. In a show of commitment, the two officials demonstrated some pull-ups right there at the airport. The initiative is designed to improve the travel experience by encouraging healthier habits for passengers during their journeys. NASA astronaut Johnny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonaut Sergei Rizikov and Alexei Subritsky have left the International Space Station aboard Soyuz MS-27. The trio undocked from the ISS after 245 days in orbit. During their mission, they orbited Earth over 3,900 times, covering nearly 104 million miles. Kim and Zubritsky are concluding their first ISS missions, while Rizikov wraps up his third. They are now en route to Kazakhstan for a parachute-assisted landing. Farmers across Greece are intensifying their protests demanding the immediate release of EU subsidies after authorities slowed payments to investigate widespread fraud. Hundreds of tractors have blocked major highways near Karditsa, and nationwide disruptions have continued since late November. Prime Minister Mitsotakis has vowed a crackdown, promising legitimate farmers will not lose their payments and urging them to enter talks. The unrest comes as farmers battle a severe sheep pox outbreak that has already killed over 400,000 sheep and goats. Authorities have rejected demands for flock vaccinations, saying there's no evidence the measure is effective. Syrians mark the first anniversary of the ousting of former President Bashar Assad amid ongoing challenges to heal from decades of repression and a brutal 14-year civil war that left hundreds of thousands dead. Thousands took to the streets waving flags, hoping for a future of rebuilding and reconciliation. Lagos is preparing for Dirty December, the city's liveliest annual celebration that attracts Nigerians from the diaspora and pumps millions of dollars into the local economy. Hotel rooms sell out well ahead of time, with some families spending up to $900,000 on holiday deals. For major hotels, December brings in nearly 20% of their yearly earnings, and last year the state generated more than $71 million overall, including $44 million from hotel revenue alone. The festivities also draw more tourists from the US and Europe, earning Dirty December the nickname Africa's real summer. Nigerian government has rolled out 101 days in Lagos cultural program ahead of the December peak. Owners of a Goa club where a fire tragedy killed 25 people have reportedly fled to Thailand's Phuket. A lookout notice has been issued for Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra, while 5 individuals, including the club's operations manager, have been arrested. 3 senior officials have been suspended for clearing the club to operate in 2023. Authorities say the nightclub ran a fire show without safety gear and lacked emergency exits, alarms, sprinklers, ventilation, exit signs, emergency lighting, and evacuation plans. A night of partying at Birch by Romeo Lane in Goa turned tragic when a massive fire broke out in the early hours, killing 25 people, including 5 tourists. Health officials in England have identified a new Mpox strain in a traveller returning from Asia. Authorities are now evaluating its potential risk. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is related to smallpox and typically causes fever, fatigue, body aches, and a recognizable rash. Illness is often mild but can become severe without treatment. The virus spreads through close physical contact, including skin-to-skin contact and exposure to contaminated items. Nearly 48,000 cases have been recorded worldwide this year. The UK officials say there's no sign this new strain is spreading, and current vaccines are estimated to offer 75 to 80% protection. In the wake of deadly cyclone floods, Indonesia has deployed trained Sumatran elephants to assist in relief efforts. 4 elephants, Abu, Mido, Ajis, and Noni, are clearing debris in areas inaccessible to machinery, reopening paths, delivering supplies, and helping search for stranded residents. The disaster has caused nearly 960 deaths, with hundreds still missing. Initial government estimates put reconstruction costs for the hardest hit Sumatran regions at over $3.1 billion, including $773 million for North Sumatra and $811 million for West Sumatra, pending presidential approval. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi announced that Japan's government has set up an emergency task force to assess the damage after a powerful 7.6 magnitude earthquake struck off northern Japan late Monday. The quake has injured at least 30 people and triggered a tsunami with waves up to 70 meters along the Pacific coast. Several people were injured, and authorities urged coastal residents to evacuate or take shelter. Fires were reported in Aomori and nearby areas, and around 90,000 people were advised to seek shelter in evacuation centers. Nuclear plants are under safety checks. Montreal is bracing for a bitter cold wave as early December ushers in frigid temperatures. The mercury is dipping to minus 15 degrees Celsius, but with the wind chill, it will feel as cold as minus 23 degrees Celsius. This significant cold snap is well below average for the city. This is according to Canada's Department of Environment and Climate Change. Residents are being advised to bundle up as the winter chill sets in. India's Tata Electronics have been named as the first potential customer for Intel's upcoming chip facilities, signaling the US tech giant's confidence in India's semiconductor ambitions. The electronics manufacturing arm of the 156-year-old Tata Group is investing about $14 billion to build India's first semiconductor fabrication plant in Gujarat, along with a chip assembly and testing facility in Assam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been pushing to make India a global chip maker, rivaling countries like Taiwan despite early challenges. Intel and Tata Electronics say they will also explore scaling AI PC solutions for both consumer and enterprise markets in India, which is projected to be one of the world's top 5 markets by 2030. China's top flash memory chip maker Yangtze Memory Technologies, or YMTC, has sued the US Defense Department, challenging its inclusion on a list of companies allegedly working with Beijing's military. In a lawsuit filed in a Washington federal court, the company asked the judge to block enforcement of listing and remove it entirely. The Pentagon first added YMTC to its list of Chinese military companies operating in the US in January 2024 and reaffirmed the label earlier this year. YMTC develops advanced flash memory used in consumer electronics such as laptops and mobile phones. In its legal filing, the company said it has no ties to the People's Liberation Army or China's defense sector. Three Ukrainian men have been detained in Warsaw after police found computer hacking equipment in their car and charged them with offences linked to Poland's national defence. Police said the men possessed devices and software capable of damaging sensitive computer data, and that various scenarios are being considered over their motivation. Poland is on high alert over suspected Russian-backed sabotage, including a November railway explosion blamed on Ukrainians allegedly working with Russian intelligence. Russia calls such claims Russophobia. A court has ordered three men into 3 months pre-trial detention. Asian stocks slipped as investors awaited a widely expected US Federal Reserve rate cut this week, with markets focused on how many more may follow in 2026. Regional markets were subdued, the dollar steady and the yen calm after a strong Japan quake. Analysts expect a cautious Fed outlook and possible committee divisions as Powell's term nears its end. Chip stocks weakened after President Trump said Nvidia could export its H200 AI chips to China with a 25% fee. Oil prices steadied after a 2% drop, with Brent near $62 as markets watched Ukraine's revised peace plan and upcoming US Fed rate decision. Traders say crude will swing on whether talks progress, potentially reshaping Russian supply. The G7 and EU may shift from a price cap to a full maritime services ban on Russian oil. Markets expect a Fed rate cut on Wednesday, while analysts warn of energy oversupply into 2026 before possible price recovery. US President Donald Trump says the US will allow Nvidia to ship its H200 AI chips to approved customers in China under strict national security conditions, with a 25% payment going to the US Commerce Department, and is finalizing rules that will also apply to AMD and Intel. Trump said the policy reverses earlier restrictions that forced US firms to make degraded products, arguing the move will protect security, support jobs, and maintain America's AI lead. The Indian rupee is set to open slightly weaker near 90.12 to 90.14 amid bearish positioning in the offshore NDF market and softer foreign portfolio flows. Rupee is Asia's worst performer this year and remains under pressure after hitting a record low of 90.42. Traders cite strong dollar demand offshore and limited RBI activity as drivers of the slide. Foreign investors have sold $1.3 billion in December, with sentiment hinging on progress in US-India trade talks. A steady dollar and regional risk aversion add to the cautious tone. Manchester United defeated Wolves 4-1 in the Premier League. United captain Bruno Fernandes scored a brace to consign Wolves to a 9th consecutive defeat in all competitions. With this win, Ruben Amorim's side have risen to 6th place in the league with 25 points from 15 matches. Meanwhile, Wolves have just 2 points from 15 games so far this campaign.